The NIH Common Fund presents an interview featuring Dr. Leor Weinberger, a 3-time high-risk, high-reward awardee. Innovative research. Dr. Leor Weinberger discusses the need for new approaches to HIV treatment.
In the last year that we have good data, 2019, last year we had good epidemiological data for HIV. There were over 1.7 million new HIV infections. That's despite the availability of antiviral drugs. We've, for the past 2 decades, spent billions of dollars on campaigns to administer drugs to sub-Saharan Africa and other resource-limited settings, and yet we still have over 1 million new infections per year. If we had a single administration antiviral that only needs to be taken once, we think we could have a dramatic impact on population level acquisition of HIV or new infections and lifespan.
Grant support. With funding from a series of multiple high-risk, high-reward grants over 15 years, Dr. Weinberger began researching a new class of HIV therapeutics.
So this research was actually initiated over 15 years ago, first with an NIH Director's new Innovator Award, then an NIH Director's Pioneer Award, and a subsequent Institute-specific Pioneer Award, a DP1. Then finally this Transformative Research Award in 2021. So there's a long history in the HRHR program. And the idea was to create a new class of therapeutics to overcome what we call the fundamental mismatch that biology, pathogens like viruses and bacteria, do 2 things really well. They mutate, they constantly evolve and change, and they transmit, spread from person to person and from cell to cell. And yet we treat them with static chemicals, chemistry-based technologies, which don't do either of these 2 things. And that leads to resistance to antivirals, to antibacterial agents, antimicrobials, and that leads to biodistribution problems both in individuals and at scale in populations in the epidemiological setting. So the idea was to create a new class of therapeutics that could level the playing field and that could replicate and evolve with these mutating pathogens and be single administration so that they could overcome these biodistribution problems.
Transformative research. Dr. Leor Weinberger's research has the potential to revolutionize treatment for HIV and other diseases.
I think this this concept to develop a new class of therapeutics that have the potential to overcome resistance and to be single administration, to be single dose therapies that only need to be taken once. That would be transformative for virology, for HIV in particular. And we think it has potential for other pathogens and even for cancers, which have the same problem.
High risk, high reward funding. Funding from the HRHR program was pivotal in advancing Dr. Weinberger's research.
So I think the Transformative Research Award, in the context of the entire high risk, high reward program and the support that the HRHR program provided, changed my career path. But it started in 2009 with the new Innovator Award, the DP2 Award, when as a young assistant professor, I was working on an idea in stealth mode because I was concerned about what my colleagues would think of this radical idea. The new Innovator Award and the shot of confidence that came along with winning this award, that was transformative for my career because it allowed me to work on a problem and a big idea, a big concept that was risky and that many of my colleagues might have been negative towards.
High risk, high reward research program. Learn more about Dr. Weinberger's research in the program, commonfund.nih.gov/high risk.